Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel, CeeChronicles here, and that is the name I use on all my other social media platforms like TikTok as well as on Instagram. On this platform, guys, I post fragrance related content, so if it's something that is up your alley, please do consider joining us here by subscribing. That is how you can support this channel, guys, and I would very much appreciate if you became part of the family. To those who are returning, thank you so much, guys, for the continued support. I appreciate you as always. Today we have another one from the Lattafa Pride collection. As promised, I did say I'm going to try and drop these ones as soon as I can get my hands on them because, you know, this is a long-awaited collection, if you will. Lattafa Pride, the first one, did impress us, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you want to know about this second edition. So today we're going to be focusing, guys, on Raw Human. This is the packaging, and the bottle looks like this. I'm going to take it out. This is another slide out. Okay, so it's a box in a box. So this is how you get to the actual fragrance. Very well made, very sleek there, you know, no flaws whatsoever. It does have the pamphlet, although I have removed mine because it is not a first impressions. I have worn this fragrance. Now, how you get to the actual fragrance is you open it like that. So it kind of looks like a lighter right there, and then the fragrance sits in there. Okay, let me just show you the bottle before we get into it. This is the bottle, guys, a very heavy bottle, but what I like about it is this one is quite, you know, snuggle in the hands there. It's not huge. So this is Raw Human, guys, and I'm gonna spray it on my arm, and then we're gonna sniff it together, and I'll tell you my thoughts. Looks like Lattafa has improved on the atomizers. Expect apricot, plum, and pink pepper at the top, and a mid of osmanthus, and a base of leather or libnum, styrax, and fir balsam. Okay, so that is the note pyramid. However, I do suspect that there could be amber in here because definitely there is like a, you know, an ambery umbrella to the mix itself. The opening of this fragrance, guys, is certainly not as hardcore as the bottle would suggest. A little bit of a disappointment there. But I'm going to cut it some slack, considering that maybe it hasn't really, you know, macerated to its full performance. But what I get is a sweet, softened feel of a fruity, leathery combo there in the opening. The apricot especially affirms itself almost immediately, and I think this is because it is anchored by that osmanthus. So it kind of feels like it's a double dose of apricot there working with amber and leather, right? So that apricot gives it like a jammy feel, and this fragrance kind of stays linear, right, all through. What it simply does, it starts to drop other notes there, like not drop as in dropping them to introduce them, but like eliminate them. You know, it starts to eliminate the plum and the styrax, but maintaining, you know, that jammy apricot working in tandem with the leather. So what you're gonna get with this fragrance, mental shortcut, it's going to remind you of that brand new car leather seats, but very subtle. Remember, the leather here is almost domineered by that vibrance of the almost jammy apricot. So it then kind of gives off soft leathery vibes. In other words, I'm saying do not expect a dry leather from this fragrance. It's a very softened kind of leather, making this one a fragrance that is unisex. However, going to be favored mostly by the, you know, females because of that sweetness that it is carrying and that softened feel of everything there. So no, the leather here is not hardcore, guys. It is a very gentle, wrapped up by that jamminess right there. But do not mistake this jamminess for this fragrance leaning just fruity. It is not a fruit mix completely. Okay, it is just an apricot and a leathery mix working in a woody backdrop. This is so tamed. I would not say this does not project a fragrance where you won't get compliments. You probably would, but it's gentle. I was not expecting this. And if I should give you a mental shortcut, and this is not a dupe of, it is a composition that feels very much like how they presented their Maison Alhambra's Suede Intense, the one that is inspired by Guerlain's Cur Intense, where looking at the presentation and then what you get shocks you because it's quite soft. This is a presentation that you can wear in summer. This is so not a fragrance I can say, oh, this is so winter forward, in as much as, you know, just looking at the bottle, you would have expected it maybe to have some depth, to an extent even to have like some smokiness with it, some incensiness with it. I don't get all that. I get a softened leather, guys. Now, as for my suspicions, and again, don't quote me, these are just suspicions as to what they may have been going for. I feel this line is not going to be like a one-on-one kind of dupe presentation of a line. Rather, it's going to be a line that they will bring a juice, or they will work on a certain DNA and then kind of play around with it there, making it such that as a reviewer, if I come here and say, oh, this is a dupe off, and then you run and you purchase that, you might then come back and say, no, it's not, because they would have like punched it up, because, you know, it is that apricot here that seems to be punching this up a lot and giving it like a jammy direction, but as well not making this fruity. So this could be in the same vein, or shall I say, if you like Amouage Journey Woman, this could be something that works for you, right? Because I do get like a similar leaning apricot feel there, similar sweetness there, a fragrance that is hard for me to pin as to what is it trying to say, but it's saying something, okay? So it is not a fragrance that is mute. It is definitely saying something, but it's not distinct, you know, in anything. This one, the apricot is there, but it's seeming as though it's just there to add like a little vibrance there to make sure that this doesn't become outright leathery, okay? But not, again, you know, being a fragrance that you can outright say, oh, if you love fruits, just go and buy this fragrance. So it's a little bit all over the place there. But if you have had your nose on their Suede Intense, this is kind of how this interprets, but this one is stronger. This one kind of holds up there, but still not doing much, okay? So this is not going to be your man kind of fragrance. It's going to be favored mostly by females. However, I do get an embryo cord here in a leather that is doable, you know, by men. If, for instance, a man wanted to purchase this, also comes across as crowd pleasing. It doesn't feel Middle Eastern. The spices here are not even spicing. It is just coming across as an umbrella sweet, you know, leathery fragrance there that is not doing much. There could also be a nut in this, guys, because Lattafa does sometimes conceal certain notes. There could be a nut thing there, because I do get like a nuttier chord somewhere there in the mix. This does not exactly blow me away, but it's not exactly a fragrance that I'll say, oh no, it's going to go in the back burner. I don't care for it. And remember, I said I may update, you know, this review, not do another one, but possibly feature this one together with other fragrances in future, if I go and I check on a Journey Woman and it turns out that my guess is not far off. Don't go and purchase it, guys, based on that. Rather, maybe get a little tester, because these ones come with the testers as well. And what Lattafa have done this time is they have decided to posh up the whole collection and presented the testers in, you know, little bottles there, instead of the little plastics that they had, you know, like these ones. These are plastics. But this time they have presented the little testers there in little small glass bottles. So try and get a tester first before you purchase. However, yes, it is blind buy safe. Anyone is most likely going to like this DNA, but it's not mind-blowing. At some point while I was sniffing this, I ran to my collection because I was thinking, no, it's kind of reminding me of this. Let me just show you. Ambre Chromatique by Maison Crivelli. Okay, I ran to my collection, guys, and I took this and I thought, no, is this what they were going for? And I was like, oh no, it shares the same amber, but no, it's not the one. But of course, yeah, if you love this, okay, you are most likely going to love Raw Human as well, okay, because it does have maybe 40% of what's going going on in there, but not really. Okay. Season, you can wear this all year round, but especially summer and fall, okay, because it doesn't give me the strength of a winter fragrance. Lasting power, 5 hours, maybe pushing it, 6 depending on sprays. If it thickens, I'll come and tell you guys. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. I would love to know, guys, if you have this in your collection or if you've sniffed it in store and what you think of it. Turn on post notifications as well. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this video, and most importantly, remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.